Alright, what is up guys? Hey, thanks for checking out the video. Should be a pretty cool video. Today I'm going to be installing some speakers, some new speakers on the Can Am. NOAM was nice enough to send us out a new speaker system that's called the NUTV5-S. Basically it's two pod speakers, a subwoofer, and an amp. And it also has like a little control pad there. I'm going to have to figure out where to put up front here, but we'll worry about that later. I'm going to go ahead and get it unboxed so we can see what we're working with here, see how big the pod speakers are, so I can decide where I'm going to mount them. So the amp, according to the manufacturer, he said to make sure to tell you guys that we should not be mounting the amp underneath the seat. They're not 100% waterproof. They should not be submerged underwater. So my plan for the amp is to mount it behind the seat. Unfortunately, to install these speaker pods, unless you get real creative, there's just no way to leave the back window in. So I'm going to go without the back window, see how that works out. If I'm constantly getting wet, I'm going to have to figure out a different place to mount the speakers. And the subwoofer, I was kind of hoping I could mount the subwoofer dead center, because I do have a camera backup system that Can Am makes. I don't ever use an actual mirror in the center, you know, so I don't have to worry about blocking anything here. But I'm going to unbox it. We'll take a look at everything that's included, and then we'll start installing everything. Alright guys, so it's actually the next day. My lights were nice enough to go out on me yesterday, but anyways, this is everything that comes with the kit. It comes with this 4-channel amplifier. There's your Bluetooth controller, a couple pod speakers. I think these are 6-inch. Very nice looking. The mud and dust is going to come right off of these because it's kind of like a gloss black plastic, so I don't think much is going to stick to it. So it should wash up real nice and easy. And then of course you have the subwoofer, and I'm not sure what size that is. That's either an 8 or a 10-inch. So they include all these different, I don't know, rubber shims, depending on what size bar you're going to be mounting your speakers and subwoofer on. And these are also different sizes as well. You got your amplifier. I'm going to try to mount that behind the seat somewhere. Try to keep it out of the water, like I was saying before. I think I might try to mount it up as high as possible up behind this seat. I just got to make sure that it's not going to get crushed every time somebody puts the seat back. And then I think I'll put the pod speakers on these bars here, this part of the roll cage, and maybe, you know, have them sideways so they're sitting like right here. They should fit perfectly right there. First thing I got to do is remove the passenger seat here. I'm gonna have to figure out where I'm gonna put this Bluetooth controller as well. I saw some people velcroed it, but it looks like it's a little different setup now. Now they want you to drill a hole. I think it's like a 2 3/4 inch hole somewhere on your dash or somewhere, and I don't really want to do that. There's not many places to choose from, so I was considering right here, but I'm not sure. I'll have to look into that a little bit more. But like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and start removing this passenger seat so we can access behind the seat, the battery, and the tunnel where all the wires are gonna go. Okay, this is where I have the amp mounted so far. We'll see if that works. I have to put the seat back in and see if it clears. But temporarily, that's where I have that. It's nice and high, so it's not going to get wet. Next thing I'm going to do is mount the pod speakers. Alright, so you're going to want to figure out the angle of your bar that you put your speaker pod on. And then you can loosen those 2 screws right there, and you can adjust the rotation of that mount. Okay, so after you get your speaker in position, You can take a 13mm wrench, put it on the nut back here, and then you can actually spin this while holding the wrench. Keep twisting and twisting until it's tight, and then you're going to turn this and then pop it down so that it holds it tight. Alright, there you go. I got them mounted. Looks pretty cool. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to mount the sub up here. Alright, so it's not going to work up on that bar. The speaker just hangs down a little bit too far, and I'd be hitting my helmet on it constantly. So you can actually move this mount. So it was here. You can take these two screws out. This little cover or whatever that says NOAM was actually up here before. You can switch them. I'm gonna hang it off that middle bar right there, off of this mount, and I'm gonna put it at a slight angle. All right, there you go. That's where I put it. I might have to put a little piece of foam or something in between the speaker and the air intake, because it might rattle. It's about 10 degrees out here, so I apologize if I'm not talking correctly. My lips are kind of numb. Gotta love Western New York, but I think I'm gonna take a break for now. Tomorrow I'm gonna come back and finish the install if it's not too damn cold out. I gotta figure out a place to mount that Bluetooth, what do you call it? Bluetooth controller. I'm gonna figure out where I'm gonna put that and how I'm gonna wire everything, and then we'll test it out, see how it sounds. All right, guys, we'll see you in the morning. All right, what is up, guys? Back day number 3, I think. It's super cold today. 15 degrees Fahrenheit out, and it feels like 0. Anyways, this is what I have so far. Got those speakers hung. I'm trying to find a place to mount the Bluetooth controller. I was about to punch a hole into that turbo panel there, and I was like, let me look around and see if I can find something laying around that I might be able to make some type of a mount for the Bluetooth controller. Cut a hole in it and mount it somewhere, and I found this hanging up in the rafters. So this is actually for, it's like if you have a pipe coming through your roof, you could put that in the flashing or in the shingles. And I'm thinking I might put it right up here. Obviously trim it down, but then I'll have like a nice little mount for it right above my head. On the X3, there's not a lot of places to cut a 2 3/4 inch hole. So I'm gonna try this first. If it doesn't work, I mean, this little piece here has been laying around my shop for years, so I'll just toss it, and then I'll have to find another spot to mount it. Another concern with putting it by the turbo there is the turbo gets really hot, so there's a chance it could melt the wires on the back of the Bluetooth controller, and I don't want to take that chance. So I figure I'll give this a shot. I'll probably, you know, trim around this, and I'll just tie it, cut some holes in here, tie it around the bar, and then I can just run the wires next to these other wires back down to the amp and everything. All right, there you go, guys. That's what I came up with. Cut it out a little bit. You know, like I said, I'm going to drill some holes for the zip ties. So I just cut a 2 3/4 inch hole for this to go in, and it's like a rubber. It's like made out of rubber, so you can actually cinch down the nut on the back real nice into that rubber, so it holds real solidly. So then I'm just going to take and slide it right in there. So it should be right above my head, easy to access. I'll run the wires down the roll cage. The next thing I'm going to do is start wiring everything up. That's going to be a boring part of the video, so I'm not even going to film that. They do include a ton of instructional manuals, so you can check that out too if you want to do that. Yeah, so I'll start wiring everything up, and then finally we'll be able to listen to this thing, see what it sounds like. Alright guys, so I have everything buttoned back up, got the seats back in, all the wires hidden away, zip tied and whatnot. But got the speakers all mounted permanently. I'm gonna just leave the Bluetooth controller there. I think it looks pretty cool. So I didn't use the rocker switch, this rocker switch here, which is actually a really cool rocker switch. But I don't have another blank here. I don't have anywhere to install it unless I want to cut that out, and I didn't want to do that because I got a lot of water and stuff down there. So I already have this fuse block in, so I have it hooked up to the radio button. So let's go ahead and test it out. I've already heard it and it sounds freaking amazing. So we'll power on there. I gotta hit my radio switch. This would normally be your rocker switch, and then you go up to the Bluetooth controller and you got to hold that down for 3 seconds, and you'll see it's trying to pair right now.
Device connected.
It's nice because you don't have to reconnect it every time. It does it automatically. So it blinks like that when it's paused. You can control the volume on here, or you can control the volume on here. So you can actually control the volume here, and you can see it actually turns it up on your phone. So I'm not sure what kind of music you guys are into. This is all royalty-free music. Turn it up a little bit. Obviously when you're inside of it, it sounds way louder, but even outside of the machine, man, it sounds really crisp. I think they have that amp set up just right to where it doesn't distort, because I can actually turn it all the way up and it won't distort. Let's try maybe a little hip hop music. See if I can get the subwoofer to bump a little bit.
My time, think it's my year, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Ready. Used to hold myself back, my self-esteem damn bad. Gotta keep on chugging. Ran through everything in front of me, might smoke bed in heaven. Got a whole agenda, can't aspire to get ahead, so bump that, it's no surrender. Got $1.50, trying to get it an FT to get on that hand and grip the Lord how to fix that. I don't really order the books, but I'ma learn how to fix that. Some opportunities and never come on, listen, paying attention, so no, I can't miss that. Moving. MVP, I got the record, I might have a pro, so I'm gonna be speakers, I think in the back. Jersey, the whole book, kinda had to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket. Yeah, I did all that.
Play music out the back of the speakers too, so I'm not sure.
Breaking even no hands, yeah, I did all that, I had to make it happen. But now it's in my practice, I did all that. Yeah, I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs. Hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs, yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah.
If you hold the back button, it actually goes back in the track list. That's pretty cool. So I'm still kind of learning how to use all this stuff, but man, that sounds freaking awesome. That sounds amazing. Can't wait for summer to hit. I live up here in New York, so not a lot of people riding right now. Another month or so. So I'm excited to get out there and hit the trails and crank up the tunes a little bit. But man, overall, I give this thing a 9.9 out of 10. I mean, I couldn't have asked for anything more for the price. I mean, you're talking less than $1,000 for something that pumps out extremely loud music. Nice, crisp. The bass is perfect in my opinion. And you can buy, I think it's called the quad version of this, so you get 4 of these pod speakers. I think a lot of people will use those for like 4-door side-by-sides, but I mean, if you really want to, you could squeeze another one in there. But super happy with it. If you guys have any questions, put them in the comments. I'll put the link to everything obviously down in the video description. But like I said, super happy with everything. It looks awesome. Everything fit in here perfectly. So I guess thanks for watching the video, and we'll catch you guys later.
I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground then it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my pen ready. Used to hold myself back, my self-esteem been better. Gotta keep on chugging, ran through everything in front of me. Might smoke bed in heaven, got a whole agenda. Can't aspire to get ahead, so bump that, it's no surrender. Got a dollar flipped up, I'm trying to get it in FT to get them when they're hand and crypto. Learn how to fix that. I don't really hold out of books, but I'ma learn how to fix that. Some opportunities are never come unless you paying attention, so no, I can't miss that. Moving, MVP, I got the record, I might have to prove something. Big jumper worthy, they gon' have to retire my jersey early. Whole crew coming, had to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket. Yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits. Yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no wins. Yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen. Putting hours in my practice, I did all that. Yeah, I can't take no loss. Yeah, I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. Yeah, I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my big dog, walking big talk, young veteran, living legend, bet I'm better than them. This is my ship. I'm a jacket like Letterman. Y'all better not let them in. They gon' rotate this, so I keep the pedaling. Started a chain. The cycle is heaven sent. This is from God, but I'm not your reverend. Not in the pulpit. I'm a big bull in this element. Yeah, said you gon' pull up, then settle it. Yeah, I've been married to this hustle. This is my ring. Watch out, step in it. Yeah, and I ain't even got a yard, but I'ma get it here. Watch out, touchdown. Pulling plans out the clutch. Everybody getting crushed. The cut down is for us now. Have to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket. Yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits. Yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no wins. Yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen. Putting hours in my practice. I did all that. Yeah, I can't take no loss. Yeah, I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. Yeah, I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my. Yeah.